There comes a time in your life when you have to ask yourself, does my presence truly matter in this space? Are you valued, respected, and appreciated, or are you simply tolerated? Because let me tell you something. Life is too short to shrink yourself to fit into places that don't recognize your worth. Too many people stay in rooms where they are unseen, in relationships where they are unheard, and in jobs where they are unappreciated. But today I want you to make a decision, a real decision, to step into the places where your presence is valued. Because when you're in the right environment, your potential explodes. Listen to me carefully. You are not for everyone. And that's a good thing. The truth is, some people will never see your greatness, no matter how hard you try. Some people will never appreciate your effort, no matter how much you give. And that's okay, because the right people, the right opportunities, and the right environments will embrace you, celebrate you, and push you to grow. So stop wasting your energy trying to prove your worth to people who don't see it. Instead, find the rooms that challenge you to become better. Surround yourself with people who light up when you walk in. Invest your time where your presence is a gift, not a burden. You were not meant to live in the shadows of other people's expectations. You were meant to shine. But that only happens when you put yourself in the right places with the right people doing the right things. So today, make a choice. Walk away from anything that dims your light. Stay where your presence matters. That's where your power is. That's where your growth is. And that's where your future begins. Now go out there and claim it. Decide and take control. Success starts with a decision to refuse mediocrity. There comes a moment in your life when you have to make a decision. Not just any decision, a real decision. A decision that says, I refuse to settle for less than I'm capable of. A decision that says, I will no longer tolerate mediocrity in my life. Because the truth is, nothing changes until you decide. You can talk about success all day long. You can dream about it. You can watch other people live it. But until you decide, truly decide to take control, nothing happens. People wait for the perfect moment. They wait for motivation. They wait for someone to come along and give them permission. But let me tell you something. Waiting is the enemy of success. Success doesn't show up at your doorstep. It doesn't knock politely and ask if you're ready. It belongs to those who take it, those who wake up every single day and say, I am in control of my future. Not their boss, not their circumstances, not their past, only them. And that's the shift most people never make. They think success is something that happens to them. They think some people are just lucky, just gifted, just born into the right conditions. But the truth is, success is the result of a decision to show up, to push harder, to demand more from yourself. Because when you demand more, you get more. When you refuse to accept excuses, when you stop blaming, when you take ownership of your life, you unlock a power that most people never tap into. And it starts right now, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Are you willing to make the decision? Are you willing to take control? Because the second you do, everything changes. The way you wake up in the morning changes. The way you approach challenges changes. The way you see yourself changes. You stop acting like a victim and start acting like a leader. You stop complaining and start creating. You stop hoping for success and start demanding it. And when you do that, when you make that shift, life starts to move in your favor. Opportunities that once seemed impossible start appearing. People who once ignored you start noticing. Doors that were closed for years suddenly open. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Because you finally made the decision to take control. So don't wait for the right time. Don't wait for things to get easier. Decide and take what's yours. Stop shrinking yourself. Stop making yourself small just to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. Too many people go through life dimming their light, holding back their voice, suppressing their greatness, just to make others comfortable. But tell me, when did you decide that being tolerated was enough? When did you decide that being unseen, unheard, and undervalued was acceptable? You were never meant to live a life of quiet desperation, settling for scraps of attention, waiting for validation that may never come. You were meant to stand tall. You were meant to take up space. You were meant to walk into rooms that recognize your value without you having to prove it. Because here's the truth. When you shrink yourself, you betray yourself. You lower your standards. You hold back your potential and you rob the world of the gift that is you. And for what? For approval from people who will never truly see you, for spaces that will never fully embrace you? Listen to me. Your energy is too powerful. Your presence is too important. Your purpose is too big to be wasted in places that only tolerate you. You don't need to beg for a seat at the table when you have the power to build your own. You don't need to explain your worth to people who were never meant to understand it, because the right people, the right opportunities, the right environments will never require you to shrink. They will challenge you, they will elevate you, they will celebrate you. And that is where you belong. So stop dimming your light to make others feel comfortable. Stop minimizing your potential to fit into spaces that were never meant to hold you. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need approval to step into your power. The only permission you need is your own. So take up space, speak with confidence, move with purpose, and never again, for any reason, shrink yourself to fit into places that don't deserve you. Recognize your worth. Your time, your energy, your presence, they are valuable, and it's time you start acting like it. Too many people walk through life giving their energy away to things, to people, to situations that do nothing but drain them. They settle for relationships that don't fulfill them. They stay in jobs that don't challenge them. They tolerate friendships that bring them down instead of lifting them up. And why? Because they haven't fully realized what they bring to the table. They haven't truly recognized their worth. But let me tell you something, when you truly know your value, everything changes. You stop wasting time on things that don't align with your purpose. You stop entertaining conversations that don't feed your growth. You stop saying yes to things that don't serve you just to make other people comfortable. You move differently. You walk with confidence. You speak with certainty because you know you have something special. You know your energy is powerful. You know your time is precious. And you refuse to give it away to anything that does not honor it. You see, when you don't recognize your worth, you allow yourself to be treated as an option. You allow people to dictate your value instead of setting the standard yourself. You allow opportunities to pass you by because you don't believe you deserve them. But today that stops. Today you decide that you are no longer available for anything less than you deserve. Today you start protecting your time. You start guarding your energy. You start showing up as the person you were always meant to be. Because when you value yourself, the world takes notice. People respect what you respect about yourself. They treat you how you allow them to treat you. And when you carry yourself with the certainty that you are worthy of the best, you attract the best. So stop settling, stop doubting, stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to see your own value. You are worthy, you are valuable, and it's time you start acting like it. You are not for everyone. Not everyone will understand you. Not everyone will appreciate you. Not everyone will see your greatness, and that's okay. Too many people waste their lives trying to be accepted by those who were never meant to see their value. They bend, they shrink, they change, all in an attempt to fit into spaces that were never meant for them. But let me tell you something, you were not created to be universally liked. You were not designed to fit into every crowd, every circle, or every relationship. You were built with a purpose, and that purpose is not meant for everyone. Some people will misunderstand you. Some people will question you. Some people will doubt you, reject you, and even walk away from you. And that is not a reflection of your worth. It is simply a sign that they were never meant to be part of your journey. So stop trying to convince people to see your value. Stop chasing approval from those who will never give it. Stop watering yourself down just to make others comfortable, because the right people, the ones who truly matter, will see you for who you are. They will appreciate your energy. They will respect your vision. They will celebrate your presence. You don't have to prove yourself to them. You don't have to beg for their attention. You just have to be you. And those who are meant to walk with you on this journey will recognize it. They will support you. They will uplift you. They will stand beside you, not because you had to convince them, but because they see you. And that's all you ever need. So stop trying to be for everyone. Be for yourself. Be for your growth. Be for the people who truly get you. Because when you focus on them, when you stop chasing the ones who don't belong in your life, you free yourself. You free yourself from the weight of trying to be everything for everyone. You free yourself from the need to explain, justify, or shrink yourself. And you step into your power fully, unapologetically, and completely. Not everyone will see your greatness. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. The right people will celebrate you, not tolerate you, not use you, not ignore you until they need something. They will celebrate you because true connections recognize your potential. They see your value without you having to prove it. They appreciate your presence, your energy, your mind, your heart, and they don't make you feel like you have to shrink to be accepted. Too many people settle for relationships, personal or professional, where they are merely tolerated, where they feel unseen, unheard, unappreciated, where they are met with silence instead of support. but that is not where you belong. You belong in places that amplify your voice. You belong with people who push you to grow, not hold you back in their comfort zone. You belong in spaces where your ideas are valued, where your dreams are encouraged, where your wins are celebrated, not met with jealousy or indifference, because the right people want to see you succeed. They don't fear your growth. They don't downplay your success. They don't make you feel guilty for wanting more. They push you higher. They challenge you to become the best version of yourself. They remind you of your strength when you start to forget. And when you win, they don't just clap, they cheer. They celebrate with you because they know your success doesn't take anything away from them. So pay attention to who truly supports you. Pay attention to who is excited about your progress. Pay attention to who stands by you, not just when it's convenient, but always. Because those are your people. Those are the ones who matter. And when you surround yourself with the right people, you grow faster, you dream bigger, you move with more confidence, more power, more clarity, because you know you are not walking this path alone. You have a tribe, a support system, a circle of people who want to see you win just as much as you do. And that is priceless. So stop wasting energy on people who only show up when it benefits them. Stop explaining yourself to those who refuse to understand you. Stop seeking validation from those who don't even value themselves. Find your people. Find the ones who light up when you enter the room. Find the ones who believe in you, even on the days you don't believe in yourself. Find the ones who celebrate you, because those are the only ones who truly deserve a seat at your table. Don't waste your energy proving yourself. You don't need to convince the wrong people of your value. You don't need to chase approval from those who were never meant to see your worth. You don't need to exhaust yourself trying to be enough for people who will never appreciate what you bring to the table, because the truth is, some people will never get it, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you give, no matter how many times you show up for them, support them, or prove your loyalty. Some people will always find a reason to overlook you, and that has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them, with their own limitations, with their own insecurities, with their inability to recognize greatness when it stands right in front of them. So stop trying to make them see. Stop trying to explain yourself. Stop trying to fit into places that don't align with your growth. Your value does not decrease just because someone fails to acknowledge it. Your worth is not defined by someone else's opinion, and your success is not dependent on their validation. The right people will see you, the right opportunities will find you, the right doors will open when you focus your energy on becoming the best version of yourself instead of convincing others to believe in you. You don't need to prove your intelligence, you don't need to prove your talent, you don't need to prove your heart, your kindness, your effort, because the right people will never need proof. They will recognize it the moment you walk into the room. They will appreciate it without you having to explain, and they will celebrate it without hesitation. So stop giving away your energy to those who refuse to see your light. Stop seeking acceptance from people who don't even value themselves. Stop running in circles trying to impress those who will never clap for you. Your energy is too valuable. Your time is too precious. Your presence is too powerful. Save it for the people who truly matter. Save it for the opportunities that truly align with your purpose. Save it for the life you are building, the future you are creating, the impact you are making. You don't need to prove yourself, you just need to be yourself. And the right people will see that was always enough. Seek growth-oriented environments. Surround yourself with people and places that challenge and elevate you, because who you spend your time with, where you invest your energy, and what you expose yourself to will determine the direction of your life. Too many people stay stuck not because they lack potential, but because they refuse to leave environments that keep them small. They surround themselves with people who don't push them. They stay in circles that drain them instead of inspire them. They settle for conversations that revolve around gossip instead of growth. And they wonder why they aren't making progress. If you want to grow, you need to be in places that demand more from you. You need to be around people who make you think bigger, act bolder, and step into your power. You need to be in rooms where you are the least experienced person, because that means you're learning. You need to be around people who have already achieved what you aspire to, because that means you're being stretched. Growth does not happen in comfort. It happens in challenge. It happens in discomfort. It happens when you step out of the familiar and put yourself in situations that force you to level up. The people around you should be expanding your vision, not limiting it. They should be pushing you forward, not holding you back. They should be celebrating your ambition, not making you feel guilty for wanting more. So take a look at your environment. Are the people in your life supporting your growth? Are they challenging you to become better? Or are they keeping you in the same cycle, the same habits, the same mindset? If your environment is not helping you grow, it is keeping you stuck. And you owe it to yourself to walk away from anything that no longer aligns with where you're going. Because the right environment will change everything. It will shift your mindset. It will expand your possibilities. It will elevate your standards. You will start thinking differently. You will start moving differently. You will start expecting more from yourself. Because when you surround yourself with growth-minded people, you become one of them. You start to realize that success isn't reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone willing to step up and claim it. So stop settling for spaces that keep you stagnant. Stop engaging in relationships that do nothing but drain you. Stop wasting time in places that no longer challenge you. Find the people who inspire you. Find the places that push you. Find the environments that force you to grow into the person you were always meant to be. Let go of draining situations. If it diminishes your spirit, it's time to walk away. Too many people hold on to things that are slowly breaking them. They stay in jobs that leave them exhausted and unfulfilled. They maintain friendships that feel one-sided and draining. They remain in relationships where they feel unseen, unheard, and unappreciated. And they convince themselves that holding on is strength. But real strength is knowing when to let go. When something is costing you your peace, your joy, your energy, it's too expensive. You were not meant to carry the weight of situations that no longer serve you. You were not meant to spend your days surviving instead of thriving. You were not meant to settle for environments that do nothing but drain you. Life is too short to stay in spaces that make you feel small. You deserve to be in places that energize you, with people who pour into you as much as you pour into them, with opportunities that excite you, not exhaust you. But that will never happen if you keep holding on to what is draining you. Sometimes the hardest part of growth is realizing that not everything is meant to go with you. Some situations are meant to be lessons, not lifelong commitments. Some people were only supposed to be part of your journey for a season, not a lifetime. And some doors are meant to be closed so better ones can open. Letting go does not mean you failed. It means you've outgrown what no longer fits. It means you are choosing yourself. It means you are making space for something better. You don't have to explain your decision to anyone. You don't need permission to walk away from what no longer aligns with you. You only need the courage to trust yourself, to listen to what your soul is telling you, to stop forcing what no longer feels right. Because when you let go of what drains you, you create space for what fulfills you. You invite new opportunities, new energy, new people into your life. You free yourself from the weight of what was never meant for you, and you step fully into the life that was waiting for you all along. So stop holding on to what hurts you. Stop carrying burdens that were never yours to bear. Stop giving your time, your energy, your heart to things that leave you empty. If it diminishes your spirit, it's time to walk away. Own your power. Step confidently into places where you are needed and respected. No more waiting for permission. No more playing small to make others comfortable. No more doubting whether you are enough, because you are. You have gifts, talents, and abilities that the world needs. You have a voice that deserves to be heard. You have a presence that carries weight even if you don't always see it. But too often, people hold themselves back. They shrink in rooms where they should stand tall. They hesitate when they should take action. They question themselves when they should move with certainty. All because they are afraid of judgment, afraid of failure, afraid of stepping into their full potential. But your power does not serve anyone when you keep it hidden. Your greatness is not meant to be contained. You are made to take up space. You are made to lead, to create, to build, to inspire. So stop waiting for the right moment. The right moment is now. Stop seeking approval from people who don't even recognize their own power. Stop second guessing what you already know in your heart. You belong in the spaces that challenge you, and you belong in the rooms where decisions are made. You belong in places that recognize your worth and respect your contributions, but no one can claim that space for you. You have to walk into it with confidence. You have to believe in yourself before anyone else will. You have to act like you belong because you do. You were never meant to sit on the sidelines of your own life. You were never meant to play a supporting role in someone else's story. This is your life, your journey, your purpose, and it's time you step into it fully. No more hesitating, no more holding back, no more waiting for the world to tell you it's your turn. It's already yours. Own your power, own your voice, Own your place in this world and step boldly into every room, every opportunity, every challenge, knowing you belong there. Make the choice today. Decide now to stay where your presence matters and never look back. No more wasting time in places that drain you. No more fighting for acceptance from people who don't see your value. No more settling for environments that only tolerate you instead of celebrating you. You deserve more than that. You deserve to be in spaces where you are seen, where you are respected, where you are valued for exactly who you are. But no one else can make that choice for you. No one else can decide to put yourself first. No one else can walk away from what no longer serves you. That power belongs to you. And today is the day you claim it. No more questioning if you are enough. No more wondering if you are worthy. You are. You always have been. And the moment you stop seeking validation from the wrong places, you will start to see just how much you were meant for more. The right people, the right opportunities, the right environment, it's all waiting for you. You believe you are worthy for you from the inside out, but you have to be willing to let go of what isn't right. You have to be strong enough to walk away from what is comfortable but unfulfilling. You have to trust that something better is on the other side of your decision, because it is. But you won't see it if you keep looking back. You won't experience it if you keep holding on to what's familiar. Growth requires courage. Change demands commitment. And today you make the choice to commit to yourself, to your happiness, to your success, to your peace. Because the moment you decide, everything shifts. You stop wasting energy on things that don't align with your future. You stop fighting battles that were never meant to be yours. You stop trying to prove your worth to people who were never meant to recognize it. And you start living. Really living. Not just existing, not just surviving, but thriving in spaces where you belong. And once you make that choice, never look back, no second guessing, no regrets, no wondering if you should have stayed where you weren't appreciated, because you know deep down you made the right choice. And from this moment forward, you walk with confidence, you move with purpose, you live with power, because you finally chose yourself. And from this moment forward, you stand tall in your decision. You refuse to settle for anything less than what you deserve. You walk away from anything that diminishes your spirit, and you embrace the life that was meant for you fully, unapologetically, and without hesitation, because this is your time, your moment, your choice. And when you choose yourself, when you choose to stay where your presence matters, everything changes. So step forward with confidence, own your worth, and never look back.